Hello, Minecraft fans, and welcome back to another episode in our very own world of Rivenbourne. Hard at work on our Elven village. I fixed the earthworm. It still looks worm-like, but fortunately it's not so slug-like. It's not so much like a gastropod. I'm hard at work on putting some pathways in here and fixing up a few little things here and there, as I'm sure you'll see. I also have been gathering some necessary tools. You'll notice diamond axe, diamond pickaxe, that's right, diamonds. If you're thinking that I was hard at work mining and I found some diamonds, you'd be wrong. I'm still so poor. I found a village and made many pumpkins so that I could trade for this nice efficiency 2 diamond axe that I have here. And the pickaxe, well, I went quartz mining and used my enchanting table. I fixed the entranceways here to make them more consistent. I added a little bit of detail like fence posts on the front, and I added some mossy stone to the boathouse. Let's look through here. Boathouse, boathouse, boathouse. And mossy stone. Just a little bit. I didn't want to overload it, but actually everything under the water is moss, which I'm not sure how accurate that is. I don't know if moss grows under the water, but we'll call it algae, and then moss on top. So that'll work out. Just a little bit of detail, but it certainly makes a huge difference, and I'll probably do some more. I've got a small vine farm so that I can make more of these blocks. But on to a little bit of prep work. I'm going to work on some of these pathways. I really like using them when I'm going about the village, managing my build and getting more supplies, and so I thought maybe I'd just finish them up. That way I have more of a layout. And die, evil tree. It was in my way. And I can tell sort of what spaces need to be filled to make this look like a real thriving village. Of course, the elves don't fill all the spaces. They like to work around and leave large open parks in the middle of their village with beautiful tall birch trees. But it will sort of set the layout, set the scheme. And that being said, I can't go too far towards where I think the buildings will be because I don't know exactly how big they're going to be and what shape they're going to take up. But I can at least work between my two existing buildings. So that's what I'll do. Can this tree stay? It is sort of in the way. Would the elves keep it? I don't know. I want to be nice to all living things. No, it's going down. It's got to go. So let's get cracking away on this walkway. One other thing is I thought I'd talk about what we have left to do in the village. Because we won't always be here, and we might not do everything in order, but while we are here, I'd like to put in a few builds that I've already come up with. And this is already wrong, isn't it? I need something to compare it to. Alright, this one's perfect. Let's see. This is, yes, the slab is above the ground, just as I suspected, and I've capped it off with a stone slab. Alright. So what we have left to do, there's a tower over right there. Oh, kind of hidden. I like this. Maybe a tower that's not accessed very often. Maybe it was locked up a while ago, and everyone sort of knows what's in there. Nobody's really curious, so they don't go. But I think that'd be cool to have a tower with a ton of bookshelves and maybe a spiral staircase up the middle. And a town hall, really not a town hall, but just a main building. Sort of this cross-shaped building here, and that'll take up, that'll be the center of town, but certainly not a town hall by any means. And our little pond gazebo, where the elders can go to meditate on the peaceful waters of their little pond. Also the foreboding mountain, that's right up there. Floating, teetering, right at the top of this hill. I'm not sure what to do with that yet, but it certainly has to be dealt with. So yeah, let me know if you have any ideas for that. Wrong again. Okay, here's something weird. When you try to use a bed at during the day, it says you can only sleep at night and during thunderstorms. Makes sense. Pretty straightforward. Except that's the only time in the whole game that it gives you a hint. For instance, if you try to place let's say a piece of sugarcane, and it's not next to a water block, it doesn't say you can only place sugarcane next to a water block. So, and there's so many other little rules that you have to look up on Google and the Minecraft wiki that why does it decide to tell you when you can sleep? I don't know if I wish there were more little hints or it just didn't tell me that I can't sleep because it's day. I mean, I can figure that out. That's the other thing you never see in an Elven village, an escalator. These guys are going to use these stairs everywhere. This is new. This is actually one of the straightest, I don't know, most level, simple caves, natural formed caves that I've ever seen in Minecraft. And it's right next to our, wait for it, should have timed this better, need something to stand on, giant slug. What can we do with that? Maybe some kind of underground archives? That sounds boring. Well, that's done. As much as we can until we get our last couple of buildings in here. Next is the mountain path, the entrance for the travelers by land to this little valley, and quite an informal, diagonal, winding, weaving path that won't be anything like these nice straight paths of the Elven village. Let's see what we can do. And you can stay, but don't make me mad. Pretty good progress on our path. As you can see, it winds up here with some spruce planks and some stone slabs mixed in with coarse dirt. And this block, Doug block, we'll just call him Doug. I actually forgot that one was even in there. It'll just wind up here and go around and turn and probably go this way. You can see I've cleared it out a little bit. Across this bridge and this way, east. And it's done. It continues east. I don't know what's out there yet. There's a huge covered forest. So maybe if we built a village in the dark oak trees, this might be the road that goes to it. But as far as the elves are concerned, that's it, except one little waypoint. There we go. So travelers can see it and know this is the road to the Elven village. And it's kind of a rough road. It's not pretty. And now we open up our little boathouse entrance to make a more welcoming spot for all the travelers to disembark and enjoy the city. And from here, we just make some pathways up into the boathouse, harbor, dock, welcome center, whatever you want to call it. Nice little place to tie up your boats here. And let's cut through here to get to some stairs. I'm thinking this is about the edge. Let's see what we find. All right. I think we are right exactly where we want to be. Can I get up here? There we go. I like it. A staircase here, staircase there, and everyone will be able to enjoy this nice harbor room. And running down this side, hello boats. And up this side, hello fireplaces that don't exist yet. Only one thing left to add. To the Batmobile, Robin. To the crafting table. To remember the recipe for boats. So easy. Do you know that in the Bedrock version, you have to craft a wooden shovel to paddle with in order to make a boat? Actually makes sense. It actually makes so much sense. I sort of thought that was just the recipe now. Back to the boathouse. And boat. Boat, hello? Oh, there we go. And boat. And that might be too many. But it's done. And we're back in the map room. Look how good those pathways look. And you can see the pathway up to the mountain. I love how that looks. And let me plug this piece of the puzzle back in. There. Because now that we've got our boathouse on the river with our water entrance, I want to, well, connect it to the rest of the rivers. So it looks like right through here, if you can see what I'm gesturing at, this river doesn't go through. This is where we are, right down there. And so I'll probably have to connect it through here, but I definitely want to do that. So I'll get my bucket of water and my shovel and make a river. Many trees were harmed in the making of this video. Mwahaha. Alright, I've got my waterways dug out, and the only thing left to do is fill them up with water and then break down the barriers in between. The only good way to do it, one layer at a time. So I'm going to work on this lowest layer first, then I'm going to go one up from there, and hopefully it won't take too much time. Alright, waterways filled in, and just a few more of these dams to break down. This one, and this one. That ought to do it. Let's test this thing out. Ooh, I love to sail. Alright, so it's not the smoothest journey, but it is fast. Dang, we are zipping. Oh, there's a spot I needed to fill in. Ping pong through here. And we're here. We made it. Woo! Not too bad. We have an express route to our Elven village. Woohoo! I'm just paddling back and forth in my boat. I love this waterway so much. And that ought to do it for this episode. We fixed a couple builds, finished the boathouse, almost finished the boathouse, made some more walkways, made our mountain path, and then, well, dug a river. But when the water calls, you gotta answer. And I have so much fun moving around on my boat that I don't really care how long it took. It's all done now. Thanks for sticking with me, Minecraft fans, and I hope you see me next time here in Rivenbourne. Thanks.